Namaste. I, J.V. Dr. M.P. Sharma, Professor and HOD Department of Physiology, Biochemistry, Faculty of Homeopathy Science. Today's my topic is enzyme. Relation with the ancient history. As early as the late 18th century and early 19th century, the digestion of the meat by a stomach secretion and the conversion of starch to sugar by plant extract and saliva were known. However, the mechanism by which this occurred had not been identified. In the 19th century, when studying the fermentation of the sugar to alcohol by yeast, Louis Pasteur concluded that his, this fermentation was catalyzed by what vital force contained with, within the yeast cell called ferments, which the true functional only with living organisms. He wrote the alcoholic fermentation is an act correlated with the life and organization of the yeast cell, not with the death of the putrefaction of the cell. Enzymes are both proteins and biological catalysts. Biocatalysts. Catalysts accelerate chemical reactions. The molecules upon which enzyme may be act as are called substrate, and the enzyme converts the substrate into different molecules known as products. Almost all metabolic processes and the cell needed enzymes catalysts in the other order to occurs, and the rates post fast through the sustained life. Metabolic pathway depend upon the enzymes catalyst into individual steps. The study of the enzymes called enzymology, and a new field of the pseudo enzymes analysis has recently grouped up. Recognition and during evolution, some enzymes have lost the ability to carry out biological catalysts, which is often reflected in the amino acids subsequently, and unusual pseudo catalyst properties. Enzymes are known to catalyze more than 5,000 biochemical reactions types, and other biochemical types called ribosomes. Enzymes comes from their unit. Last, likely to the catalyst enzymes increases the reactions rate by the lowering its activation energy. Some enzymes can make their conversion of substance to product occur many millions of times faster. And extremely example, ordotine's phosphate decarbonate which are allowed to a reaction the would the otherwise take millions of the years of the occur in micro milliseconds. Chemically, enzymes are like any catalyst and are not consumed in the chemical reactions nor do the after the equilibrium of a reactions. Enzymes differs from the most of the other catalysts by being much more specific. Enzymes differs from the most catalysts by being much more specific. Enzymes specifically actively can be affected by the other molecules or molecules that decreases enzymes activity by the activators or molecules and the increased activity. Many therapeutics, drugs and poisons are enzyme inhibitors and enzymes are activity decreases markedly. Out, outside it produces at optimal temperature and pH and many enzymes are permanently denatured by the when the exposed to excessive heat, losing their structure and catalytic properties. Some enzymes are used commercially by for example, in the synthesis of the antibiotics. Some household products use enzymes to speed up chemical reaction. Enzymes in biological washing powder break down protein, starch, both fat, steak or clothes, and the enzymes in meat, tender rice break down proteins into the small molecules, make the so finally we can say the enzymes are generally globular protein acting along or in larger complex. The sequence of the amino acids specific specifies the structure which is turn determined to the catalytic activity of the enzymes. Although structure determined function, a novel enzymatic active cannot yet be predated by the from the structure of the alone. Enzyme structure unfold when heated or exposed to the chemical denature and this dysfunction disruption of the structure typically causes a loss of the activity. Enzymes denatured and normally linked to the temperature above a specific normal lines in the structure by the bacteria living in boiling environments such as the cool springs or the places catalyzed reaction of the operation at very high rate. So, ganglions are usually much larger than their substrate. Seed sizes range from the just 62 amino acids raised from the monometer of 6, 4 oxochlorophrom. In some enzymes, no amino acids are directly involved. At least instead, the enzymes contains sites of the bind the orient catalyst. Enzyme structure may be also certain where the binding or small molecular cause that increases or decreases by activity.